Hello. We're going to start our lectures right now, and we are going to dive into Excel. Excel is very interesting topic or a very interesting package under Microsoft. First of all, under Microsoft packages or applications, we have what we call Microsoft Word, the most popular, which is used for typing. And then we have Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft Excel is used for issues to do with calculations basically. And then we have when you're dealing with a lot of figures, calculations, formulas, that is where Excel comes in. And then we also have other packages like PowerPoint, which is used for presentations, professional presentations. You're going to have to use Excel. Then we also have Access, which is used for database. Right about now, we are going to dive into Excel and understand some things about Excel. Let's have a look at this. First of all, the outline of what we're going to look at today, we have what we call the introduction to Windows, Excel Windows. We have terminologies used in Excel. We're going to look at how to create a new Excel file, save a file, open a file, close a file. We are also going to look at working with sheets or worksheets. We're going to look at cells, rows, and columns. Then we're also going to look at basic cell referencing, that is absolute and relative. These are some of the things that we're going to look at as far as today is concerned. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive into this. Let's open Excel. There are other options, so there are many ways you could open Excel. Microsoft Excel 1 is whereby you come to the start, then you have to look for Microsoft Office. Under the applications here, I have Microsoft Office 2013. You press the arrow pointing down. From there, you can come and choose Excel, and voila, here we have Excel. So to work with Excel, we are going to have to open what we call blank document. We have pre-formatted uh, templates that you can see here that you can use at some point and get what you want. But for the purpose of this lectures today, we are going to use what we call blank workbook. And where you're seeing blank workbook on the left, where you're seeing there are many projects that I've worked on before previously, and they are all aligned this way, and it's under what we call the recent. We have Excel, then recent. These are all the projects that I've worked on recently, and they are aligned here, which means I could open any project that I've been working on already. I could come here and I'm able to open it. But for this case, we're going to have to do with blank workbook. And when you open blank workbook, it's going to bring you to a blank workbook. And you're seeing here it's written as book 1 Excel. That is what we call the title bar. Then another alternative how you would open it is by coming to search here and you type Excel. When you type Excel, it's going to bring it for you, and it's shown here, Excel 2013 app. So you press on it and it's able to load it for you, and you still come to blank workbook and you're able to open. Then we have what we call the title bar, which contains the title of the Excel work that you're working on, and the default is always book 1. We can change it from book 1 as we advance. We're going to see how you change it from book 1. Then we have this tool here, which is closing. If you want to close Excel, this is where you close it from. Then we have restore down. When you restore down, it reduces the size, as you can see. Then we have what we call maximize. When you maximize, it makes it full screen. We also have minimize. When you minimize, it takes it off the screen but does not close it completely. If you want to get it, you just have to come to your taskbar down here and you get it, and it comes back on the screen. Then we have what we call file, and under file you can see new. That is if you wanted to open a new Excel. Open is if you wanted to open a work that you have already worked on, maybe recent files or files that you saved already. You can come and press on open. Then from open you can navigate to where that file is, and maybe you come to computer, desktop. If it was on desktop like this one, count if you could open it and you're able to use it. Then we have save, that is for saving. When you're saving for the very first time, it always gives you save as, whereby you're required to give the name of the file and the location where you want to save it. Then we have the print option. This is where you're going to print from. You have to select the number of copies you want print, the printer that you're going to use. Are you printing the active sheet, or you want print the entire workbook, or selected area, print a selected area? So you need to specify what you want to print around this area. Then we also have other options. The orientation, do you want it in portrait, do you want it in landscape? You have to select it from here. And the different sizes, margins that you can look at are all given to you there. Then we have what we call the ribbon. This is the area which is called the ribbon. The ribbon contains the tools of each tab that you open. If I came here now and I am now under home tab, and I'm seeing the tools under the home, under the ribbon, I'm seeing the tools of home tools. If I came to insert tab, I'm going to see the tools under insert on the ribbon. If I came to page layout, I'm going to see the tools under page layout on the ribbon. If I came to formula, I will see the tools of formula under the ribbon. If I came to data, I will see the tools of data on the ribbon. And if I came to review or view, I will see their tool sets also on the ribbon. Then we have what we call the formula bar, which is this area here. That is the formula bar, whereby you can see the formula that you're working with. Each formula that you're doing on your Excel is always reflected here. Then we have the cell name, that is name box. Excel deals with cells, and each cell has what we call um, the coordinates, or the unique identifiers, the unique codes that identify to each and every cell. Each and every cell that we work with in Excel is very unique because it bears the name and also the number. We are saying this is B2. And under the name box, you're going to see, once you press here, it's going to indicate it for you. The cell you're on is called B2. If I came to this cell and I don't know where I am, I'm going to see under the cell name here what we call G5. So that is where I'm going to see G15, I mean. That is the name of the cell that I'm dealing with. That is, if you're doing your work and you don't know which cell you are in, always come to the name box. It will always give you the name of that cell that you're dealing with. We don't say 15G, but it is G15. Then we have what we call sheets here. We have sheet 1, and if I wanted to add another sheet, all I need to do is to come to here to this button here, and I get another sheet. If I want another sheet, I come here and I get another sheet. So now you can see I have 3 sheets. I have sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. So if I wanted to change the name of this, I could come, right click on it, rename, then I give it let's say XYZ. That is the name I want to give that cell. So if you look at, that sheet, if you look at the sheet now, it's no longer sheet 2 as it was. It is now called sheet. It's now called XYZ, and that is the name that I've given the sheet. Then we have what we call the zoom here, where you can zoom in and out on your Excel. If I zoom in, if I extend it this side, you see everything is appearing bigger, and if I come this way, everything is appearing smaller. The default one is always 100. That is where the default zoom is always at. So having looked at that, there's another tool that I want us to look at. We have the normal view, we have the page layout, then we have the page break view. These are the different views. When I choose this, you're going to see it appears in that manner. When I choose this, it appears in that manner. And when I choose the normal view, it appears in that manner. So, and this is our work area. This is where we are working from, and that is where our next lecture is going to take us to. Thank you so much for watching this first introductory video to Microsoft Excel. Let me hope you're very eager for the next session to see what happens next. Thank you so much.